The late afternoon heat clung to the streets like wet cloth when Emily Kane coasted to a stop outside a rundown biker bar. Her delivery bike rattled as she kicked down the stand. She barely had time to lift the pizza bag when a tall man in a leather jacket stepped out, blocking her path. Without warning, his hand cracked across her face. The slap was so sharp it cut through the rock music thundering from inside. Laughter erupted from behind him, his crew enjoying the show. Emily didn't blink. In one quick, clean motion, she pivoted low, swept his legs, and sent him sprawling under his own Harley. The bike toppled with a heavy crash. The laughter died instantly. She adjusted the strap of her pizza bag, her cheek burning but her eyes fixed and unshaken. Inside, the air was thick with cigarette smoke and stale beer. The jukebox screamed an old rock anthem. Heads turned toward her, men in leather vests, women with heavy eyeliner like she'd wandered into the wrong world. A scar-knuckled man smirked. "Lost, pizza girl? This ain't Domino's." More laughter followed, jagged and mean. A woman in a tight red dress tilted her head and sneered, "Oh, honey, you borrow those clothes from your grandma?" Emily didn't answer. She unzipped the bag, slid the boxes toward the gray-haired bartender. "Order for Mark," she said evenly. The insults kept coming, cheap shots about her hoodie, her neighborhood, her supposed loneliness. She stood straight, hands resting on the counter, posture calm as stone. Scarface took a step closer. "You deaf or just stupid? We don't need your kind here." Another biker shouted from across the room, "Bet she's got no one waiting for her." Lonely written all over her. Emily's head turned just enough to meet his eye. "You don't know me," she said softly, but the words cut clean. The crowd shifted, waiting for her to break. She zipped the bag shut and moved toward the door. That's when the man from outside Rick's replacement in this version, Vince, stepped into her path. He leaned close enough for her to smell the whiskey on his breath. "You don't just drop pizzas here and walk out like you own the place." Her feet shifted slightly, grounding her stance. Vince's smirk widened, and without warning, he swung again. The slap snapped her head to the side, her hoodie sliding off one shoulder. The room roared with cruel approval. She straightened her hoodie without touching her cheek, eyes locked on his. More jabs flew from the crowd. A woman near the pool table twirled her cue stick and called out, "Too broke to buy a mirror?" Emily tied her shoelace with deliberate calm. "I see fine," she replied, voice steady. The woman faltered. Vince's temper snapped. He lunged, aiming to shove her across the bar. But Emily's hips turned, her legs swept low, and Vince's weight pitched forward. He hit the floor hard, his Harley crashing down on top of him. The silence that followed was absolute. Then came the recognition. An older man with an eagle tattoo stepped forward. "You're Emily Kane, aren't you?" Women's lightweight undefeated. Emily's lips curved faintly. "Left the ring 3 years ago." Whispers rippled through the bar as phones came out, searches confirmed it. By morning, a grainy video of the sweep was everywhere. The comments were brutal for Vince. His crew scattered, his reputation wrecked. The red-dressed woman Tara had her own fall. A fitness brand dropped her after people unearthed her history of mocking service workers. Scarface found himself iced out of the club he bragged about. But others saw something different. The man with the eagle tattoo visited her at a local gym, offering her a role teaching kids. A teenage girl told her, "That was awesome," clutching a skateboard like a lifeline. An older woman, voice trembling, admitted her husband used to push her around. Emily handed her a flyer for women's self-defense classes. She kept delivering pizzas on the same battered bike, the same hoodie, saying little about the bar incident. But people noticed her now nod at a stoplight, away from a kid. At night, Riding past the flickering neon of that bar, she would adjust her grip on the handlebars. Calm. Forward-facing. Some swore her husband showed up once quiet, broad-shouldered, the kind of presence that made a room hold its breath. He didn't need to say much. The truth of that night had already settled into the air, impossible to erase. Emily never needed to prove herself again. One move had been enough. Those who mocked her carried their own shame now. And she? She kept moving steady, unbroken, the hum of her bike chain fading into the dusk.